Hi, my name is Jay Eyre, and I'm going to show you how to improve your UHF TV reception. We're up here in my attic, and here I have a UHF antenna, which was doing pretty well, but I felt it could do better. So I bought a Winegard LNA 200 booster amplifier. It worked well, but I felt that it could do even better. Since this is a UHF antenna, and this amplifier does both UHF and VHF, there was really no need for us to be using the VHF section of this. So what I did is I came up with a modification where I disabled the VHF amplifier and just kept the UHF, and it improved my reception. With this amplifier as it came from the factory, I had about 40 channels of reception. With my modification, I got 45 channels. So that's better than a 10% improvement, and I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay, here's the amplifier. We have it downstairs now, and I'm going to show you how to open the lid. Just take a screwdriver, slip it in the side here, and pry upward, and the lid comes off. Then the amplifier is secured in the case by the lock nuts here on the connectors. So I used a screwdriver, wedged it in here, and I worked the nuts loose. It was tedious because there's not much room, but it fit in there, and I was able to loosen these nuts. And now, there, I can remove the circuit board, and I use the screwdriver to work the nuts loose and get it out. Okay, here's the circuit board. And it's a dual amplifier. Here is the UHF section, and up here is the VHF section. And this here is a filter to keep FM stations from overloading the VHF amplifier. Anyway, and here is a cut that I made to cut the circuit, and there's another cut over here where I cut the power. Okay. Here is a block diagram of the Winegard LNA 200 booster amplifier. The cable coming up from the television has DC voltage on it, and the DC voltage is what powers the amplifiers. And then, of course, the signal goes back down the same cable. Here, the signal comes in from the antenna. It is split to the UHF and VHF amplifier. They add a surge arrestor to keep lightning from damaging the thing. And then, of course, they both get amplified and combine together and go down to the TV. Okay, now all I wanted was the UHF amplifier. So I cut a trace there to disable the DC voltage to the VHF, and then I cut a trace here so that no signal would be siphoned off down in this direction. All the signal would indeed go to the UHF amplifier. There's one caution. When I cut the trace, it also cut the surge arrestor out of the circuit. If you live in an area where there's quite a bit of lightning or surges, or if you're concerned about blowing the thing up, you might not want to do this hack. But I didn't worry about it because if you remember, the antenna's in my attic, and I don't think, well, I could be hit by lightning, but I'm not worried. The thing has been up there for years and working just fine. So disabling this surge arrestor didn't hurt me at all. Okay, there's the first cut. You see the trace going off to the left? Well, I cut just to the right of it. I used a very sharp knife, and it worked fine. I was careful not to cut anything else, of course. And let's see, down here is the surge arrestor that has been cut out of the circuit, but don't worry about that. You can see the cut that I made. And then over here, if it'll focus, you see that? See that black device right there? That's the transistor for the UHF section. And I made a cut just to the left of it to disable the DC voltage going to this device. So just to the left of that, I made a cut, interrupted the DC voltage to that amplifier, and that's it. Those two cuts disable the VHF section. Well, that's it. I hope this helps. And if you'd like to get free TV and stop paying those cable bills, this is one of the ways you can do it. I'm receiving 45 channels now, and I don't have cable TV, and you can do the same thing. Best of luck.